What's up guys, Phoenix here. If you like Dragunities nearly as much as I do, this video you are going to find it to be very, very, very interesting, I can assure you, because I guess I just must be like some sort of Dragunity Jesus, or at least a Dragunity Whisperer. I'm definitely the Dragunity Master, that's definitely been established over the ages, but I have invented a new combo, and it is a combo that solves so many problems. It solves problems with deck building, it solves problems with your matchups against Pendulums, it solves so many different issues, and it also is not resource intensive at all. It's very, very minorly resource intensive actually, because it only requires 3 cards, 3 to 4 actually depending on what you open, but there are so many different variations of ways to open this combo, and all of the cards you use in order to make the combo happen are cards that you run at least 3 of. They're all either 3 ofs or 6 ofs or 5 ofs. Like, all of these different things come into play, and this deck is just ultimately as turboed out as it can be, consistency-wise, because of this combo allowing the deck to be more streamlined. It solves so many problems. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be competitive in any stretch of the imagination, but if I were to enter a regional, I would have basically no problems taking this, because of the fact that this solves the issue I have with playing against Pendulums. Like, it solves it. If you go first and you don't have to deal with hand traps, this should, in theory, solve your problems. It's a combo that actually generates a line of defense, which was something I was having a lot of problems with in the past, with trying to build the deck to go second so that defense didn't matter, trying to build the deck to go first, but you have to draw your non-searchable trap cards like Emptiness, Dragon's Bind, and stuff like that. This actually takes all that out of the picture, and instead, it is a combo that generates a defensive line. It generates a trap. It doesn't search a trap or anything like that, but it generates one. It generates defense, and history has shown in Yu-Gi-Oh! That if you have a deck that has access to trap monsters, as they're referred to, monsters like Felgrand, Bouncer, stuff like that, then your deck is a little bit better off because you can generate defense when you need it. But unfortunately, with the Pendulum mechanic, Felgrand as well as Bouncer are well past their prime. Bouncer doesn't really do much. You can orient your deck to make Bouncer, but it's only going to stop one thing. You're usually going to get killed by Pendulum summons, and like that's actually just a big issue. But regardless, this combo uses PhoenixFlareX, Instant Fusion. There are multiple other variations of what you can open. It's a 3-card combo, which means you can do it going first. It's not very resource intensive. You don't have to open anything extravagant. You do have to play Miss Valley Baby Rock and a Garuda. Now, as much as I don't like Baby Rock, I'm not so ignorant of a person that I'll just not test the card because I don't like it. I didn't like Leviton either, but I used it in my combo, pioneering the Felgrand combo that was used to play against Necros. Now, the format has shifted. I needed to innovate in some other way, so I started testing with Baby Rock again, and my stipulations for testing Baby Rock were that I needed to use it to make a combo that could generate defense that was reliable, as well as it not be an extensive, like, ooh, this is a 5-card combo, because that's something Dragunities have struggled with, is the fact that the deck only opens with 5 cards now, so you can't open, like, these 3- and 4-card combos that only end in, like, a Tum, Red Med, Stardust, or Red Med, Bouncer, Stardust, and only have, like, 1 trap left. Like, that's not going to cut it. You need to actually be able to generate traps, and that's what this combo does. Now, this combo actually, it's extremely convoluted on how it actually gets moving in the end stages of the combo, but it starts out just like your standard Dragunity combos. I know I babbled on a lot, but I had a lot of things I wanted to say. I'm actually upset that I couldn't do this combo video like with actual cards, but I wanted to go ahead and get it out there, and this is a worthy enough layout to do it under. So I'll just do it with DN because at least I can manipulate the cards around the way I want to. But anyway, you can start, the basic way to start is with the PhoenixFlareX Instant Fusion. It can also be Duck's Divine Lance Instant Fusion. A lot of different openers. There are ways that can extend up to 4-card openers as well, using things like Mistleton and stuff like that, and it just gives the combo a bigger overall safety net to actually hit. But anyway, you just do this every time you go first, and it's super easy to actually open. It's so super consistent because of the fact that every single card, as I've already said, is such an extreme multiple that you play of them. But anyway, you Ducks Phalanx into Vajrayana, get the Phalanx back, just standard nonsense that you're used to doing by now. You Instant Fusion, and you summon Norden, and Norden will get back Ducks. Normally, if you weren't playing Norden, then your combo, the normal Ravine Flank Sense Fusion combos of the past end with literally a Tum Red Med Stardust. And that's not good enough. That's not good enough anymore. In the past, that would have been amazing because the game was slower, but at this stage of the game, it's not good enough. So anyway, you summon Gayderg, and then Gayderg is going to add and discard Zephyros, per usual, and then you're going to overlay into a Tum and do Red Med. All of these combos do start the exact same way as they typically have done in the past. A Tum for Red Med, and then Red Med get back your Gayderg. So yeah, we'll get back Gayderg here, and then what we're gonna do is that we're going to use Gayderg to add Baby Rock and discard it. Now, this is very basic, and this is something that a lot of other people have been doing before me, and I've been doing it as well in the past. I don't like this card. I don't like the fact that it's a brick, but it's justifiable now because of this combo, at least in my eyes. And like I said, my stipulation for using this card was that I'm able to use it twice in a turn without running multiple copies of it to gain advantage and get the combo pieces that I need to be moving. But anyway, we used Gayderg to get this. You're going to bounce Red Med for Zephyros, as we typically do. Take the 400. If you want, you can play Chicken Game and save yourself from taking the 400. Like, it just all depends. This deck literally plays just a ton of draw cards, and the only traps that it plays that you can't search are Dragon's Bind and Vanity's Emptiness. The other two traps are literally traps that you just generate. So I'm basically just giving away information if you didn't already see what card I'm talking about in the extra deck. But anyway, you're going to synchro with Norden and the Baby Rock. You can actually make Delorean here if you want to play it, but I actually just play Red Wyvern instead just because it's a generic 6 and it's a dragon, so if you need to make it in some weird situation, you can still make a Tum. And it also just has that nifty non-targeting effect that can like destroy Dark Destroyer mid-combo, stuff like that. Just get another just Randy +1 for no reason. Like just kill an Ignister, stuff like that. If you have to deal with a extended board, or an established board rather. But anyway, so you summon the Red Wyvern, you're going to overlay these two into Ptolemy, M7, and you're going to detach the Gayderg, and you're going to add Mist Valley Baby Rock back to your hand. And this is what preserves it as a 3-card combo. We've had these combos in the past where they're like 4 cards, but too many cards for me. It has to be 3. The only way it can be 4 is if it's literally changing the combo string a little bit to make the combo overall end better. But anyway, banish, it's still sick, special the Red Med, and then Red Med is going to bring back Gayderg, and we're going to use Gayderg's effect for the 3rd time. And this time we're going to add Garuda, and we're going to discard Baby Rock. So, got to use Baby Rock twice, and that's the only way that it's worth it in my eyes to actually run this card. So now, you get the Baby Rock out for free, you synchro with the Gayderg. It generated an extra combo piece, 2 extra combo pieces actually, by discarding itself and doing that. And you synchro those into 8 into Stardust, and then you special summon your Garuda by banishing any wind. It can be the Baby Rock. I usually just banish the Ducks itself. And then you overlay the Zephyros and the Garuda for your defensive line, which is Traptrix Rafflesia, or Rafflesia, as it's pronounced in actual Japanese. So this right here is really good to me, because in this deck, my 5-card trap lineup is 2 Dragon's Bind, a Vanity's Emptiness, and a Bottomless and a Time Space. So it's literally, you generated a trap that's great. It's insane. And that only took 3 cards, so you could still have 2 other cards. They could either be combo pieces, or they could be cards like Dragon's Bind, since this entire deck is meant to turbo anyway, because you're playing triple Upstart, you're playing Cards Constants, you're playing triple Terraforming, triple Chicken Game. Like, all of these cards are just draw cards. You could easily just draw into Dragon's Bind, and if you draw into Dragon's Bind, then you can just, play Dragon's Bind on Stardust as well. So you literally have a line of defense in the form of Rafflesia, Stardust to protect the Rafflesia. You have Ptolemy and Red Med to recover next turn, if it even gets that far, and you can literally play Time Space Trap Hole from your deck, thus dealing with the Pendulum mechanics, since a lot of Pendulum decks now, one, cannot make Ignister or can't make Ignister or like a rank 4 before they Pendulum summon now, because opening Luster Plushfire is a lot less common because the decks aren't built around doing that anymore. And also, like, even if they make a rank 4 before they Pendulum Summon, they can't get over this with anything that is, like, commonly played. They can't Diamond Dire it because Stardust. The only thing they're going to be able to do is Castel this, but if they summon a Castel, then you can just Bottomless or Time Space it. Sure, you're going to get Pendulum summoned over, but that took resources out of their hand to make the rank 4 first, which is extremely hard for most Pendulum decks to do now before they actually Pendulum summon. And then you also have the added benefit of they have to clear all of this, and if they don't, then you're just going to start generating it again with what you still have access to, because they literally have to they have to summon like Castel or something to spin this. You Bottomless it, and then from there they have to be able to do a Pendulum play. They can't use Pendulum Sorcerer's effect because Stardust will negate it. They've got so many different factors working against them that, like, it's just really good for you. It's actually just a really good and strong combo, and I actually just really like it. It actually breathes a little bit more of my enthusiasm back into this deck. Like I said, if there was a regional coming up in the next little while that I could just enter for fun because I already have my invite, I've had it for ages, I've got multiple of them at this point, I would just play this deck and I would just see how often I can just go first and how often I can just do this. And it makes the deck overall better for going first because 1, combos take less cards, and then 2, your opponent sees less cards, so they're less likely to have drawn into a hand trap. If you let them go first, yes, they only start with 5 cards, but if they do any sort of Pendulum Sorcerer play, they're going to be resolving like Turtle, Lizard Draw, stuff like that if you're playing against Pepe. And if you're playing against Cosmo, they could just open Tin Can and set up like a Dark Destroyer on your turn where they just Dark Destroyer or pop your Ducks, or Slip Ride or pop your Ravine. There's all these different factors that come into play, and the only real safety net for this deck against those is to just go first and hope they don't have hand traps. But the problem is if you go first, they could just kill you. Not the case with this combo string, because this combo string literally just gets you into the place that you're trying to be. Like against Cosmo, if they try to Dark Destroyer you can just negate it with Stardust. They Dark Destroyer or summon anything else out of their deck, then you can just Rafflesia Bottomless it, or you can Time Space it. There's many outs to many different things that this deck can offer, and I think that that's really nice, really strong, and I'm really happy that I just spent a lot of time just trying to like figure out different combo strings and stuff, and I haven't seen anyone else discussing anything like this. Everyone else is just like, oh, I'm going to keep making my rank 6s, I'm going to keep making my bounds or stuff like that. Nobody wanted to take the time to actually entertain the possibility of making Trap Tricks of Rafflesia. And like, shit, man, Rafflesia is an amazing card. Rafflesia is the actual pronunciation of Rafflesia. People calling it Rafflesia, Rafflesia, like all that. If you actually listen to Japanese people say the name, because it is a Japanese and Asian flower, it only exists in that part of the world. That is what the name Rafflesia is from. The name is pronounced Rafflesia. So that's just something that I'm going to be starting to stress a lot more. But anyway, that is basically all I wanted to show. This is a longer video than I wanted it to be, but I'm like really hype about this. Like, this is insane. This is something that I've just done. Like, I've just come up with this. I haven't seen anyone else talking about how they can make Rafflesia in their Dragunity deck. Like, who's doing this? Nobody else is doing this. You have so many ways you can open this combo. Ravine Phalanx Instant Fusion, Ducks Lance Instant Fusion, Ravine Phalanx Mistleton, and like, shit, what else? Like Garuda. You can open the Baby Rock and still do some of these things if your other combo pieces work. Like, there's every single combo piece that you use to make every variation of this combo work is a card that you run at least 3 of. I can't stress that enough. Like, there's 3 Mistleton in this deck. There's everything. The only cards that are 1-ofs are the cards that you are trying to search mid-combo. The Baby Rock, the Garuda, and the Zephyros. Those are the only ones. Everything else is literally a 3-of or more, depending on what you're able to run based off, like, Terraforming, Dragon Ravine, stuff like that. And the entire deck overall itself is just 34 cards because of Triple Chicken Game, Triple Upstart, increasing consistency by loads. And then on top of this, you have the ability to just have Dragon's Bind or Vanity's Emptiness. I'm so excited, if you can't tell. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to do some game videos with this just to like show just how often you open this sort of shit and how actually potent it is. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about this combo down below. There are a couple different variations on ending boards you can have as well. Like, you can actually just go with OTKs with this board as well, with this opening, because of the fact that Norden gives you the extra material and stuff, and that's something that people have known about for a while, but nobody really just wanted to make a rank 4. Nobody wanted to make rank 4s, but other than that, let me know, as I've already said, what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Like I said, I will be playing some games with it. They will be going up both today and tomorrow, because I'm excited. I want to get out and I want to play with this, because it's been too long since I've been able to say I enjoy playing Dragunities and that I've enjoyed doing stuff with the deck. It's been a long time. My most favorite accomplishments with this deck are the innovations that I myself generate and that nobody else can take credit for, because they're hard-coded on YouTube as evidence. But anyway, click an ad if you have not. I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps me make money, and there's no reason to lie to you guys about that. If you have an ad block enabled, please disable it. Click some ads and put it back on when you're done. It just helps show your support, and it motivates me to keep doing shit like this. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, click some ads, because I will keep making Dragunity videos until the end of time and try to come up with every combo that I can possibly think of until the end of time, if I'm paid for it. Basically, money is the deciding factor. But that is all for this video, and as always, guys, take care. Holy shit, I'm so glad I was able to film this video in the timely manner that I was. But this feels good. Take care, guys.